I'll try not to repeat myself. I can't think, breathe, or proceed ever without stories, parables, and wisdom gleaned from knowing these men and women who find their way into our headquarters on the outskirts of Chinatown. We are in the heart of Los Angeles, representing the heart of Los Angeles, and always wanting to model and give a foretaste of the kinship that is God's dream come true. Homeboy Industries doesn't just want to join a dialogue, it wants to create it. It wants to keep its aim true, extol the holiness of second chances, and jostle our mindsets when they settle for less. As a homie told me once, at Homeboy, our brand has a heartbeat.
My name is Mariana Enriquez, and I am Director of Culinary Operations here at Homegirl Cafe and Homeboy Industries.
My name is Juan Mendoza, and I'm a cook right here in Homegirl's Cafe.
My name is Hector Rodriguez. I work in the cafe, part of the core team.
Homeboy started in Dolores Mission, and it started in Boyle Heights. And we are now currently located in downtown and Chinatown, to be precise. Homeboy's been roughly around for over 33 years. And it started off with Father Greg, a Jesuit priest. And he started off right here in the projects in East LA. And he slowly started, he saw the need that the community had with all the young, gang members in that area and all the projects. And
he had an idea to create Homeboy's Industry, and everything started for an idea. Like the Homegirl's Cafe had the idea to feeling hope, the growth, So to me, the most powerful weapon in the world is an idea.
Because of COVID, we had to pivot, right? And it was adapting and readjusting the whole structure, right? We went to a small cafe and catering, right? Where to now we're this massive kitchen production. 3,000 meals a day, over 100,000 meals produced since COVID. With the population and who we are, it's panic, fear, it's right away financial, right? Like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna get fired? So it was more or less feeling hope came up out of that. It kept us relevant, it kept us together, and it kept us tight, and it kept us employed.
So I come in at the group that comes in at 7 a.m. So when we come in, most of the food is already prepared. And then what we do is that we start plating it, preparing it in the little containers that it goes in. So we load up the tables. It could be like 400 plates. Spread them all out, and then we bring out each items and in little carts. So we start assembling them. Make sure everything's right. Make sure the Mariana looks at it and okay, yeah, that's the way it goes. And then we start lidding them, putting the lids on, and then we put them into speed racks, or some of them we put into boxes.
First, it was how to keep us together, keep us employed. But then we start seeing and we start hearing of how the community is struggling with meals. Like we have gotten emails and phone calls where our elderly community are calling and reaching out like, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, like I wouldn't even have a meal today. So then that's where then now we stepped in and we're like, you know what, this is priority. We have to make sure these meals get done. And it's that, right? The community has always stand next to us. And this time it was up to the community here at Homeboy's Homegirl Cafe to jump in and stand next to our people.
Before coming to the cafe, and ever eat chili, because I'm a Salvadorian, Salvadorian people, we used to eat chili. So, but right here, little by little, I learned to eat chili, So from now, every time we eat as a family, the family meal, I always ask for chili.
Juan's a really nice guy. He's really quiet. He's a good worker. We started off in the cafe as trainees around the same time as well.
And yes, I meet him right here in the program. He do the process too, and yes, he's amazing, man. He's really nice cooker too. He cook too and prep, And a matter of fact, he used to be in the cafe before me, and I saw him how he doing it, you know. I mean, like, damn, this guy, he's really good. You know what I mean? When he always come out of nothing when the kitchen is quiet, he always come out with some story to mention it, and everybody start laughing.
I mean, I've been trying to get out of the drug scene for a long time, you know. And I started going to these self-help groups. It's NA, Narcotics Anonymous, and through there it's when I heard about Homeboy Industries. So I had just got clean, and then my girlfriend was like, "Why don't you go get a job?" You know, I was like, "Where am I gonna get a job?" You know, I remember this lady, I bumped into her. I was just walking around, like not knowing what to do, and I seen this lady that was my neighbor, and she gave me a bus token, and she told me, "Why don't you go to Homeboy Industries?" So I jumped on the bus down Cesar Chavez, and then I came down here.
Mariana, he take her time to teach me how, you know, and they teach me how to manage food, the temperatures inside the fridge, how to take care of everything, you know. So little by little, I learned how to go fast, I learned how to prep, I learned how to cap. They teach me, and even when I make mistake, they don't get mad at me. They teach me and show me how to do it.
Mariana, I've known her for a few years too, and she's a really great boss. She's always really cheerful, and she has a good way of explaining things. Coming here to Homeboy Industries really was a life-changing experience for me, and that I think it can be for anybody that's struggling with whether it's drugs or crime, or just looking for a different perspective.
It's sparking up that change, especially in the times that we're living in now, right? And it's good to be part of that. You know, not only was once upon a time was I struggling and needed that help, support, and change in my life, but now to be there and be support, I think that we all spend a lot of time with each other, you know, and we carry each other. You know, like today, maybe someone's not at their 100, so we all make sure that we're their 50.
We settle for the illusion of separation when we are endlessly asked to enter into kinship with all. The choir is certainly more than the church, and in many ways, Homeboy Industries is called to be now what the world is called to be ultimately. The choir understands this. Homeboy wants to give rise not only to the idea of redemptive second chances, but also to a new model of church as a community of inclusive kinship and tenderness. The choir consists of those people who want to occupy everywhere, not just Wall Street, and seek in the here and now what the world is ultimately designed to become. The choir aims to stand with the most vulnerable, directing their care to the widow, the orphan, the stranger, and the poor. Those in the choir want to be taught at the feet of the least, and they want to be caught up in a new model that topples an old order, something wildly subversive and new. Begin with the title and work backward. It's been more than 30 years since I first met Dolores Mission Church as pastor and ultimately came to watch Homeboy Industries, born in that poor prophetic community in 1988, evolve into the largest gang intervention, rehab, and reentry program on the planet. Homeboy has similarly helped 147 programs in the United States and 16 programs outside the country find their beginnings in what we call the Global Homeboy Network.